Today, I'm going to show you what I have in all of my kitchen cabinets, my pantry, my refrigerator, my freezer, my spice cabinet, everywhere, so that you can learn how to stock your kitchen with healthy ingredients so that you can put a meal together anytime knowing, hey, I've got this, I already have everything I need, I can take care of my family. Now, I've also created a handout for you to use, so you might want to print this off, pause the video, print this out, and then use this as a checklist as we go through my kitchen. So we're gonna start first in the refrigerator and then in the freezer. So here we have, up here on the top shelf, I have a lot of my own preserves. I've got some pumpkin butter, I have some other of my pesto, and those are all my preserves. It's real important if you're going to cook healthy to keep things organized. It makes for faster meal prep and just an organized idea of, okay, I know what I'm out of and I know what I have plenty of. So my next shelf down is going to be my condiments. So a lot of your mayos, your mustards. I even have some peach salsa here on that shelf. And this is my roasted red peppers, and then I've got my tahini. I do have purchased dressing just in case I need it on hand for emergency or for, guests. But I'm going to show you that you can actually make your own dressing with all of the key ingredients. On the top shelf, I keep my eggs up on the top. I want to keep them away from other foods that might add an odor because eggs are very porous. I also want to keep them in their container, and I'll just reuse that container when I pick up eggs from my friends. Then I have some leftovers and some nut butters. Down below that, you're going to see on the next shelf, I have some jars that I haven't used up, and then I have my chicken ready to be made into a chicken salad or into a chicken pasta dish. And then I'm going to store my sour cream, my yogurts, and my cottage cheese. So here you see I have a clamshell, and it says organic spring mix. It's actually not. It's actually the cuttings from my garden, and I'm just reusing this container to get these cuttings, to store these cuttings. I also have my finely chopped pecans as well. On this shelf, I have a lot of my baking items. So I've got my dough enhancer. I even have some gluten-free flour that was left over from that last video that we made together. And then I've got my yeast in my jar ready to go. I've got some bran and I've got some gluten. So I have everything I need for baking bread all in one area. Now this also is for baking bread. These are the seeds I would put on the top of my bread. So once I do an egg wash or a milk wash, I would decorate it with some seeds. Here are the different sections of the refrigerator designed specifically to help your food stay fresh. The first is going to be our vegetables, and in here you'll also see some of my asparagus straight out of the garden. I love those asparagus. Over here I have my cheeses, and if you go to dog train like I do, you're going to need to have some of these on hand. It works really well. I also keep in here some of my instant flavors, so my garlic, my vanilla bean, ginger. I also have basil in here. They're all stored here in this drawer. Down below, I keep my fruits and my seeds. So I've got my fruits over here, and over here I have some of our seeds, so we know exactly where to go to get them. We have the flax seed, we have our chia seeds right here. I even have some extra nuts here, some almonds, and then in the back is some finely crushed pecans. Now moving down to the freezer, when it is stocked well and organized well, your cooking is just so much simpler. You know right away what you have on hand. So over here I keep my meats, and then you'll notice I actually have an empty flour bag. I just keep them in here because when I have flour milled and waiting for me to use, I will store it here in the freezer. In between that, I'll have some meal leftovers and then some of my vegetables. On top is where I keep my nuts and my fruits. So this is going to be our frozen bananas here. And this box, which I did a lot last year, is all frozen pumpkin. So I use that in a lot of different recipes. Let's take a peek into my pantry. This is not a super large pantry, as you'll see when I open the door. I'm going to go ahead and start at the bottom and work my way up. I have my black Bosch mixer, and then over here I have some of my attachments, and then a bucket of grains. Moving up, on this shelf here, I keep my onions and other things I just need to store. Next, you see I have this basket. It just has a lot of good dried food. So I've got my lentils, I've got some popcorn, I've got some dried beans, and then I also just keep my butternut squash there. Now here you have our red potatoes or sweet potatoes, and I just cannot wait for my garden to produce its own potatoes. Now back down here I have my cocoa powder. This is my organic cocoa powder. I will use this in recipes just all of the time, or maybe just to make some quick chocolate milk with a little stevia. Then I will always keep 1 or 2 of these around just in case I need an emergency for grandkids. I want you to pay attention though, because sometimes it'll say organic shells, and then the cheddar could be non-organic, it could be all synthetic. So you really have to read the ingredients to make sure everything in the box is organic. Now you will notice I have some foods on my shelf that are not organic. I am not the only one who lives in this house or eats this food. So sometimes I am catering to what my family desires. And that's the way we all are. So it's okay. Let's move up to the next shelf. Over here I have a little bit of my Lily's chocolate chips, my cocoa nibs. Those are so good to add to different recipes. And then I have my carob powder. Behind that I've got some other essentials. Now this muesli, I have a recipe for it in my cookbook, but you could also buy it. If you have it stored in your prepper supply, it will store for a long time, and it's very satisfying if you need to feed a family on a low budget, or just in an emergency situation. Of course, I have my teas that I drink every morning, some of my spinach fettuccine there, my garlic holder, and then I've got a jar of polenta so I can cook up some grits really quick, my box of stevia, and then one of my herbs that doesn't fit in my herb cabinet. Over here is where I store the oils. Now in our circle group, everyone's been going crazy over this fig and pomegranate balsamic vinegar. And I just got mine in last night and I can't wait to try it. I was reading all of the posts and everyone talking about it, all the chatter on the community board, and I was like, wait a minute, how did I miss that? So I had to get some. So I keep my oils, my sprays right here, my vinegars, and with these ingredients right here, I can make any dressing that I want, anytime I want, and I don't have to worry about whether or not I have dressing on hand. Up here, I keep all of my sweets. So I've got my honey, my sweet drops, my maple syrup, my molasses moving into my nut butters. I even have some extra dates here and some swerve. And then over here, we have my oils. On this shelf, I try to store all of my dried fruits in one section. So I have quite a collection of prunes and raisins and currants, mangoes, blueberries. I even have some that I've dried myself. So I've got some cantaloupe and some pumpkin slices there. Below that, I have, these are just some of my chili beans. They're not organic, but this is what my husband likes. But below that, I have some of my grains. So bulgur, lentils, amaranth, some rice. Then I have some of my mixtures, some coconut milk, and just different things like that. Up on this section, I keep some of my canned goods. So I've got my coconut milks back there. I have some of my salmon cans. So again, the chili beans, some sauces, and then some extra dressings and barbecue sauce, just in case I don't want to make my own. And so it's just all stored categorically, so I know exactly where to reach to find every ingredient. Now on my top shelf, I will have a few of cereals just in case I need some crunch in a recipe or for my grandkids. I store my quinoa in its own container, some of my sweeteners, my oatmeal, my coconut, and then we have my stash of tea. Let's look at the spice cabinet. And when I bought this house, I fell in love with the spice cabinet, and you can see why. So let's go through this, and I want you to really understand what you really need as far as cooking healthy and what are just add-ons in case you just really like that spice. Let me start on the bottom shelf because I have my most basic elements there, and this is really all you need to get started. You want a really good quality salt. I talk about this one specifically on several videos called Real Salt. You want some garlic, you want some nature seasoning, and then also a grinder for your pepper. So I've got a garlic pepper grinder, and in the back I have my black pepper grinder. Grinding your own pepper gives it a fresh flavor. Buying pepper already ground up is just a dull, it's almost just a decoration, okay? But if you really want true flavor, you want to grind it yourself. So you want to store your spices in an area where you can see what they are. I put all of my paprikas together, my smoked paprikas and my regular. I put spices that I use quite often on the bottom shelf. I even have some oregano, which I bought for a video, even though I usually use most of my own fresh oregano from the garden. I try to keep any small extract bottles together here, my timer as well. I will put up at the very top my other extracts. So you got my vanilla and you got the almond. And then you also have some more salt, and my bay leaves are up there in that jar. Now these spices here, because they have their own container, you're not going to know if they're expired. So you really need to pay attention to that and know, wow, if I haven't used that in a year, it needs to be pitched. And so on this shelf, I have some of my baking powder, non-aluminum, my cornstarch, non-GMO, some other seasonings. The vegetable broth seasoning is perfect if you're fasting, makes a really nice, delicious broth flavored drink. And the baking soda at the top. Now you'll notice on this shelf back in there, I have a lot of my dehydrated foods. I got to show you though, my favorite dehydrated food is hidden right back here, and it is this. And this is my dehydrated watermelon. Oh, it makes such a delicious fruit chew. The grandkids really love it, and I like it too. Perfect for hiking. So next to that, I have some backup nut butters, some coconut flakes, some grains, some dressings, and then I have some other, just condiments. This is just all my backup. Thank you for letting me share with you my kitchen and how I have it stocked, how I have it organized, so I know exactly where to go for each item that I need. I pretty much can put a meal together very easily knowing I have everything stocked. I've got all the basics, and with those basics, I can vary up the flavor anytime I want. So I hope you were able to use this handout as kind of a checklist or a note-taking as I went through my kitchen. And I'd love to hear, what else do you stock in your kitchen that I didn't talk about? Or did I forget to tell you something? I would love to read your comments about that. Well, I'm Annette Reeder from thebiblicalnutritionist.com. I'd love to read your notes on this video, and I look forward to sharing with you more valuable content to help you be confident in the kitchen, confident in your health, and confident in understanding that God loves you. He always has, He always will, and He will always be there for you. Thanks for watching.